अनादि कर्म क्लेश वासना चित्रा प्रति उपस्थित विषय जाला अशुद्धिर्नान्तरेण तपः संवेदम आपद्यत इति tapasa upadanam. This is a statement written by Vyas Muni to explain the significance and importance of tapasya and why somebody has to do tapasya. I'll try to explain to you this statement shortly in this video. I already tried to explain this earlier in my Kriya Yoga video, but tapasya is so important that even Vyas Muni says in Brahma Sutra Punaravriti, we must try to always revise again and again to get motivated and to be firm on the subject. So I will try to explain it again, and this is also a revision to me. In fact, Vyas Muni says, Na atapasvino yoga siddhyati. When somebody is not a tapasvi, uska yoga siddh nahi hota. He can never become a yogi. He can never attain enlightenment. He can never attain samadhi, the final stage of samadhi. Even he cannot attain the first stage of samadhi, because tapasya is very, very important part in a sadhak life. Tapasya does not mean to torture our human body. Tapasya does not mean that sharir ko kshin karna hai. No. In fact, in the Sanskara Vidhi book, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati has explained, Akshinvan Yoga Tastanum. This is a statement of Manu Maharaj in Manusmriti, 2nd chapter. Akshinvan Yoga Tanu. Yoga Tastanu. Akshinvan means do not tear your body for the purpose of tapasya. In the yoga sadhana, when you do tapasya, do not do tapasya to such an extent to tear your body or to, give permanent damage to your body. Today people think that, walking on fire is tapasya, sitting on water for hours together is tapasya, or standing on thorns is tapasya, walking on sunlight without chappal is tapasya, staying hungry without eating food for several days or several hours or several weeks is tapasya. Not drinking water when we are thirsty is tapasya. These are all not tapasya. Yeah, we must try to develop some kind of toughness in our body by properly training it. That's important. But we should not torture our body to such an extent that we get aprasannata in it. Aprasannata means we become unhappy. Vyas Muni also says that tat chitta prasadanam abadamanam. Chitta prasadanam, chitta ki prasannata bani rehna chahiye. When we do tapasya means what? Tapasya means dharam palana mein. When we are trying to do dharma, when we are trying to follow Vedas in our life, whatever difficulties that comes in our way, forbearing those difficulties and still trying to maintain dharma is called as tapasya. Like for example, you are working in a company, in a government company, and you have the authority to pass the tender. You are getting bribe of 1 crore rupees from somebody, and taking bribe is adharma. And you are avoiding that bribe. When you avoid that bribe, your mind will tell you, see how much sukh you are sacrificing. Everybody is taking bribe. Why can't you also take? It's nothing. Just take it and then sign it. So this is a very big difficulty inside us to not take bribe. Like somebody is offering you 1 crore. Definitely we will see with 1 crore I will buy house, I will buy car, I will buy this, that, etc. etc. So avoiding 1 crore bribe is not easy. But avoiding it and then standing by dharma is called as tapasya. This is at mental level. At physical level also, sometimes when you are traveling to Acharya, you are traveling to Acharya in the month of June, it's 50 degrees outside, you are going, you do not get tickets, or you forgot to book in advance booking because that time you are not sure that you will go to Acharya or not, but suddenly you decided to go to Acharya, 50 degrees, you are going in unreserved compartment, unreserved class for 2 days, you have to travel, and then by bus and then by road, and finally you reach Acharya. This is tapasya because you are going to Acharya to see him, to listen Vedas from him, to do tapasya in the ashram, you are going there and you are facing difficulties, physical difficulties of your body throughout the way. This is tapasya. Tapasya does not mean torturing our body wantedly. Tapasya means bearing the pains for following dharma is tapasya. So like that bribe example, it's not easy to cross over this bribe. I'm just taking one example of bribe. There could be other examples. In calm vasana, controlling the calm vasana, when the situation arises, nobody is seeing you, nobody is watching you, then also you are crossing over that temptations and then controlling your senses. This is tapasya. So by doing this, what happens? Maharishi Vyasmuni says, Anadi karma klesha vasana. Sanskar Rupi Vasana is there inside our chitta. That means Sanskar Rupi, Kam, Krodh, Rag, Dvesh, everything is there inside our chitta in terms of Sanskar. And from Sanskar we get Vrittis, Klishta Vrittis. And then based on the Klishta Vrittis we will do Klishta Karma. Klishta Karmas are those karmas which will give us dukh in the future. It can give sukh temporarily. For example, taking bribe will give definitely sukh temporarily. 100% nobody, I am signing a document. My boss is taking bribe, I am taking bribe, my subordinate is taking bribe. All three of us will not show each other, will not say anything outside. So everything is cool. So with 1 crore I am happy. My boss has taken 10 crore, he is happy. My subordinate has taken 1 lakh, he is happy. So short term I will have sukh. I will buy house, I will buy car, I will buy whatever I want in 1 crore. Or I will put it in the bank and then I will get every month interest. So in temporary short term basis I will definitely get sukh. But future what will happen? Because of this asatya, adharma, what will happen? I will lose my human body. Or God will give such a punishment in future that I will lose my one limb. So suddenly some accident will happen to me because of my karma phal. So anadi means, Vyasmuni says, anadi means na jane kab se. Na jane kab se means from time immemorial you are doing karma based on your klishta vrittis and klishta sanskars. You have done so many bad karmas, and this has resulted in formation of a vishaya jal. Jal means a net, and that net is a powerful net, as I explained in my previous video. A fish net. A fish is unable to cut the net and go into the water. Similarly, because of our own karma, klesha and vrittis, there is a vishaya jal, and this vishaya jal is so ashuddha, so much dirty, that it will always create dirty karmas. It will always force you to do dirty karmas, ashubh karma, adharma karmas. Tapah sambedamana. By tapasya, you must cut this jal. Sambeda means to cut. So that means when you take a firm sankalp that from now onwards I will not do this sensual action. From now onwards I will not take bribe. From now onwards I will not tell lies. From now onwards I will go to Acharya. From now onwards I will listen Vedas. From now onwards I will get up early in the morning 4 o'clock. From now onwards I will walk the path of dharma. If you take a sankalp and then you decide and then you walk that path, that is called as tapasya. You walk that path at any cost. That is called as tapasya. And when we walk that path at any cost, then this anadi karma klesha vasana rupi, this vishaya jal will get cut. See, our mind is so much ashuddhi, so much ashuddha, so much dirty that it needs tapasya, it needs a sankalp and tapasya to make it pure. And mind is not easy to be purified. Mind can be purified only by shuddha vichar, by aklishta vichar. Aklishta means those which are dharmic vichar. So everyday morning chanting Veda mantra is not easy. Everyday morning doing name jap is not easy. Everyday morning getting up at 4 o'clock or 4:30 is not easy. But when you realize that you are in this Vishaya Jal, that is the first step, that realizing that I am in the Vishaya Jal, realizing that I am in Andhakar, realizing that I must attain yoga samadhi is the first step. And then after that, after realizing that, try to make an action plan that this is what I will do. And when you make an action plan as per Vedas, every second, every day, every minute, every week, every hour, you will get difficulties. Because of our own Vishajal, because of our own sanskaras. And forbearing the pain to follow our action is called as tapasya. And that too, we cannot take a big step at a time. We must take small steps. Say, for example, I am getting up early in the morning every day, 7 o'clock. It's not possible for me to get up at 4 o'clock from tomorrow, even though I decide I cannot get up. So from 7 o'clock, we must come to 6:30. From 6:30, you must come to 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock, you must come to 5:30. Then 5 o'clock, 4:45, 4:30, 4:15, then 4 o'clock. So this is how, this will take maybe 5 years to 10 years time, but it's okay. Step by step, we must progress. And we must not do further bad karmas. Like, you have started getting up at 6 o'clock. From 7 o'clock, you have come to 6 o'clock. At one day, suddenly you will feel that, no, today is holiday, let me sleep up to 7. This is not acceptable. Cannot deviate the path. And when you deviate the path, when you want to deviate the path, and when you force yourself that you must not deviate the path, there will be some kashta, there will be some difficulty inside your mind and your body. That is, and bearing that pain is called as tapasya. That's why Vyasmuni says, Tat chitta prasadanam abadamanam. Try to do tapasya in such a way where your chit is still happy. It's not giving up. It's bearable. The pain is bearable. You are sitting for 15 minutes, half an hour in the ground with folded legs. The pain is bearable. It's okay. If the pain is unbearable, leave at that point of time. Don't do name jap beyond that. Because when you do beyond that, your body will get damaged. Don't give so much pain that you get a permanent damage in your body and mind. So, sambedamana padyata iti tapasa upadanam. Tapasya is the reason for cutting this Vishayajal. And this cut is not possible. Cutting that Vishayajal is not easy. So, we need Shiva Sankalp. We need Sankalp, and then we must do tapasya. And when we do tapasya, what happens? We will get dvand, we will get sukh dukh, we will get manapaman. Somebody will, some years back, one of my close friend, she started doing Agnihotra. So she got apaman from her family members that you are a female, you cannot do all these things, these are all against. And they get when you are married and then when you are in Sasural. So they will try to tell some things that, lady should not do this. Some apaman happened, but she crossed over that. She said, okay, I have to, this apaman ko sahan karna. I must cross over this. It's okay. I will continue my Agnihotra. So after some time, what happened? Everybody started adjusting, and then after some time, this has not happened in her life, but in some of the cases I have seen, the family members also starts coming to Vedas. Like in my family, when I got married, I was not a Vedic person. My wife was doing daily Agnihotra. Then I started Agnihotra. My parents did not believe that we should do Agnihotra. But then later on, after some years, my parents also started Agnihotra. My parents then started coming to my Acharya. Even though my parents cannot understand my Acharya, based on my channel's videos, they started understanding that Vedas are the truth. So slowly the changes will come. But initially people will speak bad about you. Initially people will think about bad about you. But when you are in Dharma, slowly things will change. But due to initial apaman, you should not leave the path. Similarly, when you do tapasya, sometimes you must bear heat and cold. Like I told the example of going to Acharya in the train. Extreme heat, extreme cold. You must reach to Acharya to listen Vedas. Fix it, it's okay. 2 days of pain, you must bear it and go to Acharya. That's okay. You are not going to die. But what you are going to gain? You are going to gain the darshans of Acharya, knowledge of Acharya, knowledge of the Vedas. So we must try to always see the long-term picture and try to make our activities to do tapasya. And in fact, Manu Bhagavan also says very clearly, Akshinvan yogatastanum. Do not do yoga tapasya to such an extent where your body gets tanum. Tanum means body gets akshinvan. Kshinvan. Kshinvan means kshinona. Your body must not get so much of pain that, some people, they take so much pain and they continue to sit on tapasya for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and after some years what will happen? They will get leg problem. So don't force yourself. Try to gradually increase the time of tapasya. Don't try to see others. Like, some people have this complex that, see, he or she is sitting for 1 hour, I am able to sit only 15 minutes. Let me also extend for 1 hour. No, don't do that. She or he is sitting 1 hour because of their own capability. So know your capability and progress accordingly. This is very, very important. Akshinman yogatas tanum. Kshin mat karo sharir ko. Very, very important. Manu Bhagavan says, and Vyas Muni says, Chitta prasadanam abhadamanam. Don't do tapasya to such an extent where your chit becomes so much unhappy that it will force you to leave the tapasya. It will force you to leave the dharma. It will force you to leave the Vedic marg. So try to have progress very slowly. See, in fact, I was reading this Atharveda mantra. God says, Sham tapa. God is saying to Jigyasu Vidwan, hey Agni means Vidwan, Sham tapa. Shanti ke liye tapasya karo. When you do tapasya, you must gain shanti, you must gain peace. But when you force yourself to sit on tapasya for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, and your leg and your hip is paining so much, you will not gain peace. You will get unhappiness. God says that Sham tapaha, Shanti ke liye tapasya karo. And do tapasya, God says, see, God says, Mati tapo. Mati tapo Agne, he Vidwan, he Jivatma, he Jigyasu, Ma tanvam tapaha. Don't give pain that you must do tapasya, don't give pains to others. Don't give pain to your body also. Mati tanvam tapaha. Give bearable pain to your body. For example, you are able to sit for tapasya for 5 minutes, it's okay. Slowly, when you sit for 5 minutes continuously for 2 months, you will be able to sit for 7 minutes. And after 2 months, you will be able to sit for 10 minutes. And after some time, you will be able to sit for 15 minutes. So slowly increase your time up to 1 hour. And this 1 hour you can try to achieve in the next 15 years also, it's okay. But the important thing is when you sit for tapasya, you must not focus on anything else other than God. You must not focus on your daily activities. When you sit for tapasya, don't think about what's happening in the other room, what's happening in the next house, tomorrow morning what should I do in the office, tomorrow morning what should I eat, or today night what should I cook. These things should not come in your mind when you sit for tapasya. This is important. Mati tapo tanvam tapaha. Ma tanvam tapaha. Ma tanvam tapaha. Don't give so much pain to your body. Almighty God is instructing in the Vedas. Very, very important for all of us to understand this. So, tapasya is so important, but we must do tapasya based on our samarthya. Of course, we must have our lakshya, we must have our aim that we must attain samadhi, but do progress very slowly, very steadily. And tapasya are to be done in 3 stages: for the body, for the mind, and also for the speech. Even Shantam tapaha means even by remaining silence. Keeping silence is also a tapasya. Keeping silence by mouth as well as by mental is also tapasya. Similarly, keeping your body firm and steady when doing name jap is tapasya. And that point of time, for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will get pain. But okay, after 10 minutes, if it's unbearable, leave that at that stage. So again do it for the same time in the next day. Slowly your capacity will increase. Capacity of doing tapasya will increase. And when we do this on a daily basis with the lakshaya of realizing Almighty God, the anadi karma klesha vasana will slowly get destroyed. And also we must try to secure that newly we must not do any bad karmas. And how do we avoid doing new bad karmas? By daily swadhyaya. When you do daily swadhyaya, you will realize that Almighty God is present here. How can I do this karma? I cannot do this karma. I cannot take this bribe. God is seeing me here. I have taken bribe for the last 15 years in my career. From today I will not take bribe. And now I am taking bribe. God is seeing me. So let me not do this bad karma. Like that you must slowly progress in tapasya. Tapasya is very, very important aspect in our life. And wherever you listen knowledge of tapasya, try to take notes and try to make your own schedule for tapasya. Don't try to copy others. God has given a very good guideline. Morning 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Evening 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And throughout the day, whenever possible, every 1 hour try to remember Almighty God. Every half an hour try to remember Almighty God. Like when you go to drink water, try to remember God and drink water. Like when you are working, you are a software programmer working in a company. 45 minutes, after 45 minutes you will go to washroom or drink water or get some tea, coffee. Try to remember Almighty God and then do that activity. So throughout the day remembering Almighty God, and then morning and evening dedicatedly remembering Almighty God will slowly destroy this Vishayajal, will slowly cut off this Vishayajal. And that's how we can progress in materialism as well as in spirituality in our life by this tapasya. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.